Her opinion comes through loud and clear. Brian Morton pressing all the right buttons, and we appreciate that. I think I have been able to get up and not wake Kim up, which I'm very pleased with so far. And, of course, our executive producer who runs the show by the clock, grandfather's clock, in fact. Is there a grandmother's clock? Ann Thomas. Ann Thomas is here.
Good morning, Deb. Happy Tuesday.
If there's a grandfather's clock, why wouldn't there be a grandmother's clock, an aunt's clock, an uncle's clock, a brother's clock, a sister's clock? How was it that grandfather was the only one who got the clock?
Good question, Deb.
Because he always had that special watch anyway.
He did.
So
it was a Patek Philippe from A.B. Jewelers. I remember now. Yeah.
There is a grandmother's clock.
There is.
Yes.
Right.
The grandmother's clock is smaller and shorter.
Of course.
Well, of course.
Does it bake cookies?
Right. I was fine with just granddad having something to himself.
I have carried this piece of paper around since, well, that's not that long, December 3rd. For the longest time when the airline's trying to be very sensitive, they allowed people to bring on their little comfort animals, support animals, until people went crazy, took advantage of it, and the airlines had to finally say, enough. I had always heard of it, never saw it, but there was a picture in one of these papers of a woman sitting in a row with a pony. Now, there's a turkey too, but I mean, that would be bad enough, but a pony. Now, you'd have to guess that she had to buy the whole row.
Yeah.
Because can you imagine sitting in your seat and having a pony's butt in your face the whole time? I mean,
well, and what happens when the pony has to go?
Yes.
As all ponies do.
I mean, they don't ask. They don't raise their hoof and say,
Would you excuse me for just a moment?
flight attendant, excuse me.
They ring the bell.
Yeah, it's really, it was crazy and out of control. They stopped him. They don't
Thank
let it happen anymore.
Yeah, they had to.
But they also won't allow 2-year-olds on airplanes unless they're wearing their mask. And that became a big story, didn't it?
Yeah.
Cute little two. I don't know what the answer is for this.
Yeah.
What's the answer? If they want everybody to wear a mask and your 2-year-old won't wear the mask, it was an ugly kind of a scene.
What the CDC? I thought they said anybody under 2 did not have to wear it. Am I wrong about that?
Under
I thought
5.
that too. Yeah, I thought
They said
that too.
under 5. But the airline either didn't get that message or had their own little thing. But this little tot.
Yeah, that looks like nothing but trouble right there.
All these headlines are the best.
This is the tot, 2 years of age, was masking for trouble. Family kicked off flight. That's the worst part. Was originally we heard that they said, sorry, you got to get off the flight, and they said, well, our child seat is in the holds with our luggage. They didn't get their luggage. The luggage kept on the plane, but they did at the last minute go and get the child seat because the parents are going to be stuck at the airport, not able to drive away without a child seat for their baby. I predict that there's probably going to be a pretty nice little payoff of some sort. When I say payoff, I hope it's not like a lawsuit with millions of dollars, but I have a feeling this family is going to be invited onto this company. Was it United?
United, yes.
I think United is going to have some complimentary guests on a flight to wherever they want to go. That's what I think is going to happen. What do you think?
Do you think they thought just for 1 second, can you just take her off? Just 1 second.
You
Just
mean the parents?
Yes.
Oh my goodness!
just really quickly. And then they thought, no.
I feel for Noelle and Noah that having
I
a
do
mom
too.
that would even think that.
I do
Could you
too.
take my baby off the plane for me? Oh boy, I guess that's when you really had enough. 5:43 at WJR.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International.
We're all feeling the weight of COVID-19, but for kids in poverty this Christmas, things are desperate. Bring joy to a child when you make your special year-end gift to Compassion International. Just text GIFT to 83393. That's GIFT to 83393.
Let's check it, shall we? We're all together at 5:44. Our WJR Traffic and Weather first, and Miss Dana Clark.
Accident-free, Paul W. Nice, quiet start. Although it is quite chilly out there, we'll talk about the weather next go-round. Let's look at the Lodge southbound at 94. That's closed for maintenance. It is scheduled to reopen today at 3 p.m. Now, WJR Weather first from the Weather Channel.
Keeping the storm track well to our south. Cold weather the next couple of days, hanging a couple degrees below normal. Normal about 36. Today, cold start, partly to mostly cloudy through the day, 31. Tonight, cloudy up a few to 26. Suburbs a little colder. Tomorrow, in the afternoon, some snow showers, mid-30s. Thursday, partly sunny, mid-30s. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stagik on News Talk 760 WJR.
21 degrees where you might be, could be a little warmer, a little colder, but you're in the ballpark, and that's why it feels so cold, because it is 21 degrees. 54 days, by the way, to the Super Bowl in Tampa, Florida.
No way.
If anyone's keeping track. I wasn't, but I heard that. 54 days to the Super Bowl in Tampa. Rush Limbaugh joins us Monday through Friday from noon till 3 on the great voice of the Great Lakes, News Talk 760 WJR at 5:45. And each morning, Monday through Friday, he stops by with a thought or two right now.
A middle school teacher in Atlanta out of a job because what happened in the classroom didn't stay in the classroom. There was cell phone video, and it was obtained by local TV. On video, Spanish teacher Berkeley Davenport described a guy's first kiss. When you're in love the first time, that first kiss, oh, there's nothing like it. You touch her hair and the back of her neck, and you pull her close, and then you start to go for the other parts. Well, when school officials saw the first kiss lesson on Action Eyeball News, they took action. We don't know what triggered them most. Was it the going for the other parts, that the kiss was heterosexual, that the Spanish class was in English, all of the above? In any event, Dr. Davenport was out. Totally appropriate. But still, I have a question. Haven't these same school officials forced sex education on these kids since kindergarten? But hearing about a first kiss was too much? Really? After how to deploy a condom on cucumbers is part of the curriculum?
Rush Limbaugh, noon to 3, today, right here on WJR. America wants to know. Then again, maybe they don't. So it's T-shirt Tuesday for our great fans, our great Paul's pals, I think we're now calling them, because we've changed the name of our little group that we have, that we thank people for the money that is given to our charities. We'll talk a little bit about that a little later. Was that, by the way, confirmed what you had told me? Don't say exactly what it is, Ann, but when we talked, the little gift that's coming
Yes,
to
it
the charity, it's all confirmed. Oh, good. Excelento for the Paul W.'s Caring for Kids Club, and Matt Garco a little later with Bill Brown Ford. Well, that's good. So these are Paul's pals now. This is what we used to call that other thing that we did. And now with our Paul's pals, it's like a real family. It is, at least starting off, it is added to, but starting off, it's the same people. We get to know them very well. They get to be behind the curtain, behind the scenes. They're the only ones that can celebrate that it's T-shirt Tuesday with us. My T-shirt's pretty obvious. It says,
Nice.
I think I've worn it before.
Nope, haven't seen that one.
Oh, it's not.
What does that say?
Detroit is where I roll.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't think we told Riri about the T-shirt.
I told her.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah, I
Okay.
know. I forgot. I mean,
It's easy
I
to
had-
forget. Let me tell you.
Oh, wow.
I have.
You're working,
Yeah, I had,
you have a life? Okay.
I had some big fish to fry here yesterday, so I'm sorry, I forgot.
Let me ask this
t-shirt.
question: being the chef and baker extraordinaire, do you ever fry fish?
No, I don't.
It's amazing that Catholics are still alive, given that
I know.
we used to have fish fries every Friday.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's, you know what? When at the start of Lent, usually the papers and other organizations, Eater Detroit, they'll come out with the list of the best places to go for fried fish. Sweetest Heart of Mary, I know, sticks out in my head in Detroit as a place to go for good fish fry.
Yeah.
Good for
All
you.
through Lent, they have them every Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Always looking out for us. And Miss Dana probably has a T-shirt we can buy. Knowing
Not today.
Oh,
Not
no.
today. I'm
All
going to
right.
give you a break. This one, I had to find a red one. I said I was sticking with
Oh,
red
that's
for the
right.
rest of
You
the
said
thing. So I
red
went
for the rest. Yeah, 10 days.
red for the rest. I went in husband's little closet and got picked a red shirt. This is Hockey Academy Detroit.
Oh,
Like a
cool.
little hockey academy for kids
Oh, that's cool.
in Detroit. So I stole that from Trev. So Annie, what you got on?
Mine is the new turkey trot shirt.
Oh, nice. That is
You're showing the Paul
That's
You did
cute.
the virtual
News Talk 760 WJR.
It is 5:50, 10 minutes away from 6 o'clock. You know, if you ever wondered how crazy the stock market has been and is, you merely have to work for the auto industry, because you've seen what's happened in the auto industry, where the little upstart company gets valued bigger and better than all the old manufacturers that have been making great cars and great profits for years. But listen to this. I couldn't believe this. With what's happening right now with some of these stocks that have come on the market capitalizations of many of these companies I'm about to mention have not made a penny. They are not profitable. In fact, many of them continue to lose money, these upstarts, but they have become larger by capitalization, meaning the value of the company is greater than giant, highly profitable stalwarts of corporate America. DoorDash. Yeah, I wish I would have bought it. Everybody wishes they would have bought it. It almost doubled when it came out. But DoorDash is valued now at $56 billion, just shy of General Motors. Wow. That's crazy nuts. Even the experts, the professors, the real life doers and shakers that are in there can't figure out how DoorDash could be valued just shy of General Motors. Airbnb is worth over $83 billion. That's a valuation of higher than FedEx. Higher than FedEx from Airbnb. Cloud software company Snowflake, which I've never heard of, is worth over $100 billion. That's more than Goldman Sachs. This is unbelievable.
When you mention DoorDash, though, don't you think that has something to do with the pandemic, its valuation this year? I mean, obviously, right?
The DoorDash has come to life because people are using it whether they want to or not. Yeah, I think yes, that it has come to life. But you know, to be, how old is General Motors? 100.
I know. Yeah.
And they've been building cars and employing millions of people over that period
globally,
and making money for people and for itself as a company and all those interested parties as investors and employees and stockholders, and I guess that's investors. But anyway, my point is, Wall Street is crazy.
Here's an interesting story this morning. Going to your point, Bloomberg News, Airbnb and DoorDash sink after analysts warn on valuations.
Well, yeah, because
There you
it's
have it.
Well, somebody had to look at that and go, "What?
yeah.
Excuse me? What the?
What the?
Is that on your mugs or T-shirts? Or
It will be.
It should be. Yeah.
It will be. What the?
The only problem is it's one of those things where you have to really hear it.
Right.
But you've
That's
said
how
it
would I
enough.
spell it? THA? Yeah. THA. What the?
Yeah, dot dot and a little line at the. Yeah. What the?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
Okay.
So Jeffrey Zucker, who's been around forever, he's been around almost since he was a teenager, and he's now the head of CNN. And talk about timing! CNN just came through the election with the biggest numbers they've ever had, and so now talks are underway between Warner Media and CNN president Jeff Zucker on renewing his contract. Boy, wouldn't you like to be a fly on the wall listening to that conversation? He's in for some more big money to run CNN, which hasn't always done well and did well in this election for a variety of reasons.
Wasn't he the one that came from NBC?
He was at the Today Show. He was a lot of places.
Yeah.
My friend Letty. Oh, we got to get my dad's recording on, Ann. We're going to run out of time.
We'll do
Letty and I put that. What's that?
We can do it several times.
Okay,
Could
well,
even do it next week too.
let's try to. Yeah. The Letty was a guy who I met at University of Michigan. I got him a job in Toledo. Later, a few years later, he got me a job in New York. I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say that doesn't seem like a good deal.
I'm not sure who did better in that transaction, but be that as it may, he ended up his career working at the Today Show, producing Gene Shalit. And he knew, they call him Zuck. He knew Jeff Zucker. And I swear I think that they used to say Jeff Zucker couldn't eat solid food. He was so, there was so much tension in his life, you know, as a kid, basically running the Today Show. And that's, boy, the Today Show, Good Morning America, those are competitive, very competitive situations. Anyway, I'm not exactly sure. Oh, just because Zucker was a CNN thing. I want you to answer this question. At the RCA label, who was second only to Elvis Presley in record sales?
Mariah? Although I don't think
This is more historic.
Where's Kevin O'Neill when we need him?
right.
It wasn't Kevin.
But he always knows the answer to
knows
these
he-
things.
Give us a hint.
He's
totally
brilliant.
interested. This gentleman, well, I'll just tell you.
Okay.
I don't think you'd get this, and the hint would give it away probably.
Okay.
It was Charlie Pride.
The
First black superstar in
Yeah.
country music, who just passed away at 86.
The great Charlie Pride.
He was absolutely great. What a voice. And what a, can you imagine coming up through the ranks as the first black superstar in country music? This was not an easy path, my friends. But he, at the RCA label, was second only to Elvis Presley in record sales. May he rest in peace. And may he not have gotten this COVID when he went to an awards show.
CMA.
They're kind of
Awards.
saying, what the heck did you have a CMA Awards and invite him at his age to get a special award this year? Why didn't you do it virtually, they're saying. So they got a point there. 5:57 at WJR. Brian?
Poverty this Christmas? Things are desperate. Bring joy to a child when you make your special year-end gift to Compassion International. Just text GIFT to 83393. That's GIFT to 83393.
I know what Brian wants for Christmas, a new board, since he just used it
right. It's
on the one that didn't work.
Yeah.
Press the button. We do have our WJR Traffic and Weather first, Miss Dana Clark.
Well, Paul W., it's a great quiet start out there, accident-free, just construction 94 eastbound at Mount Elliott. Those entrance and exit ramps are closed for construction through January. Also, your 94 westbound off-ramp closed at Mount Elliott. Also, that's scheduled through early January. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel. As we mentioned, a very cold start right now, clear skies. 21 degrees, add 10 to that, only hitting 31 today, partly to mostly cloudy all day tonight. Cloudy skies, 27 degrees on Wednesday, seeing some clouds in the morning and then snow showers possible in the afternoon, about a 40% chance of snow accumulation, less than 1 inch. We can do that, a high of 34. For Thursday, clouds and a high of 33. I'm Dana Clark, WJR News with Marie Osborne in about 2 minutes.
You talk about snow coming our way in your birth town, your former home of New York City.
Mm-hmm.
And I spent, or I like to say I was sentenced to 5 years there.
Sentenced.
They are talking about snow coming to New York City of over 10 inches or a foot.
What? In the city?
In the city.
Oh, boy.
You want to know a city that's not easy to be getting around?
No.
It's New York City. I mean, a rain can bring the place to a standstill. Try to get a cab in the rain in New York City. But now, 10 inches, a foot of snow.
Is that coming today?
Coming over the next few days,
Wow.
from what I can see. Today is Tuesday, isn't it? Partly sunny at 41, then it drops down Wednesday to 35, down to 34 on Thursday.
Normally it would shut the city down, but the city's pretty
Yeah,
much shut down.
Well, you know, kids have gotten back to school, so they say a high likelihood that schools holding in-person classes will have to close.
Imagine that.
And I can tell you something, they don't have any snow days left. I'm just saying, you know how you have to get a certain number of days in?
Well, and now when they can easily go back to at-home learning, there will not be any snow days.
Yeah, that's right. They should be able to just get right
And
back.
that'll happen around here too.
Not miss a beat.
Hey, working from home today. No snow days anymore.
Yeah, that's, they actually could have that could be a thing of the past now, couldn't it?
Yeah, I saw an article on it recently saying there would be no reason now because everybody's set up to
work at home.
Work and do schooling from home.
Thank goodness, for radio's sake, that we'll still have to have school closings on the radio. I mean, think about it. Because we're still going to have to tell them not to go in and stay home. I mean, you wouldn't think you'd have to, but you do.
Well, actually, they'll probably just get a quick text saying.
Get a text or email, and you better check it when it's snowing out.
School closing days have ended, unfortunately.
Well, we've gone through so many. The way we used to do school closings, I used to have to do them.
I did too.
You and Dana did them together.
I hated.
We alternated.
I hated those days.
And I used to say, why don't we just say these 3 schools are open?
Exactly.
Instead of reading 900 schools.
Right.
And you had no time for news.
It's like painting the Mackinac Bridge. You get the list, you got to start again. Oh, it was crazy.
And they used to call the newsroom. We'd have to write the schools down.
We have to bring in extra people.
They would call the newsroom after you'd say their name.
Right.
Our Lady of Aloysius is closed today. Hello? Is Our Lady of Aloysius closed today?
Right.
Yes, I just said that.
Right. My Baby and Me is open.
It's true, though. That is a fact.
They ran out of
why
names.
used to say every winter, why are we doing this? And Dick, bless his heart, used to say,
forever.
Listen, that's the way they do it. I'm like, can't we change it? Come on, man.
Slowly but surely, we did.
Is that on a t-shirt yet?
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
I'm sure it's on somebody's t-shirt.
I'm telling you, when I see him, I did not see. Ann and I are on the phone talking about how we have to watch the president.
And then we missed
the president-elect watched his speech last night, and the barrister says when Anna and I are going, is it at 8 o'clock? Is it at 9 o'clock? I said,
Right,
honestly,
we
this
don't
is
know.
what I said, well, at 9 o'clock is long past his warm milk and cookies time. It can't be at 9 o'clock. And all right, maybe it's 8 o'clock, whatever. And then all of a sudden we hear the barrister say, you both have missed it. It was on at 7:30.
That's funny.
It was funny.
So I missed it altogether. But I will say I saw clips of it in the news and later. I'm sorry. For those of us who have known him and interviewed him and seen him for years, he just looks different. He just doesn't have, there's something missing in the vitality and spark that he had. I know that happens to all of us.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying it's just too obvious right now to me. But that's another story for another day. We certainly wish him well. We are going to talk a little bit about the Electoral College, and they're done. Unfortunately, it made Tucker Carlson last night talking about, in Michigan, they had to shut down the legislature. They had violence, worries of violence, and all of this stuff. Michigan makes the news. He went after Governor Gretchen Whitmer, shockingly, and he said right after the governor said we've got to all come together as one again. They then into the legislature they had the national anthem and then the Black national anthem. That's not really like coming together. And there was a guy named Bob Woodson, the author of the Woodson Principles, I'm not terribly familiar with, African-American man. He said he grew up singing what is known as the Black national anthem, but that he said it's now being used as a political weapon. Anyway, the last thing we need, I really think if we're going to all be Americans, we should all be Americans. If we're really going to come together, we should really come together. Time Magazine's Person of the Year became Persons of the Year. President-elect Biden, Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. Kamala, although she calls it differently herself, I would have put $1 million on the frontline medical workers being the Time Magazine cover. And I do believe that should have been the case. That's just my 2 cents.
I think a lot of people agree with you on that one. I've seen a lot of social media reaction.
Yeah, a lot of social media. They were not happy about that at all.
Both sides of the aisle too.
Yeah.
It just makes, I mean, it's not a political thing. It's a very obvious.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer.
No-brainer.
Yep.
Did you see all the frontline workers getting their shots?
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody was getting shots left and right.
Yeah.
It's hard not to have that bring tears to your eyes. It's just amazing.
It was amazing. It wasn't.
I agree.
And Michigan being such an important
right out in front.
Pfizer, I do feel a little sorry for not Kalamazoo, Portage, because they identified it Pfizer in Kalamazoo, but isn't that really in Portage?
It's in Portage. Yes.
That's like when we go up to
The Paul W. Smith Show, News Talk 760, WJR.
Good Tuesday morning to you. It is the 15th of December, the 350th day of 2020. There are 16 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. 10 days till Christmas. Oh, my, oh, my. And I know we're all ready. Pause for effect. We're all ready for Christmas. This one will be obviously different than every other one. I suspect those people who, unlike me, and I admire them for this, the people that get ready for Christmas early, they've been ready for Christmas since August. They've had a lot of time on their hands. We're all ready for Christmas, for the Christmas spirit and the holiday, and we're going to have to work hard on that, but we will do it. We're going to help here at WJR coming up this Friday. We'll have our annual Christmas on Us, presented by a lot of great sponsors, and Ahee Jewelers, the overall presenting sponsor. And we opened it up to the frontline workers as well as military personnel. We were talking a moment ago about Time Magazine having the person or persons of the year being President-elect Joe Biden, Vice President-elect Kamala Harris, when most of us really thought I think it would have been a no-brainer and the right thing to do to have the frontline workers, because they've had situations before where they had representatives of certain things, and I think the frontline workers should have been on that cover. But anyway, we will do that this Friday, our Christmas on Us, from 5:30 to 9 this Friday morning. We have a nice, I have nothing to do with the voting or who gets it, but we do, Ann, have a pretty good group of people from what I've seen so far, and we'll announce some more. Although I didn't get any of those papers today, you're going to send them to me so that I can announce another couple of people that are lined up, or the people and their families. By the way, with the lineup, Marie Osborne doing our news, doing a great job. We appreciate it. Dana Clark, Traffic and Weather. Brian Morton is back there in the Golden Tower of the Fisher Building, holding down the fort, making sure that the Dixie Cups stay connected with string. And Mike Kim is sleeping, thankfully. And our executive producer, Ann Thomas, if she's sleeping, she's learned the art of sleeping with her eyes open. I really... if I had to go to as many meetings as she does with all the hats she's wearing now for the radio station, I'd invest money in learning how to sleep with my eyes open.
Good morning, Deb. Happy Tuesday.
He's not frozen.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did you say something? Did you say something, Ann?
So I have an interesting story this morning.
I want to hear it.
Well, you're talking about everybody, all of the frontline workers starting to get vaccinated. There's a new study this morning that indicates at least a quarter of Americans will not get vaccinated.
Oh,
Exactly.
there's
Yep.
a lot of people.
Yes,
Yep.
that's a big number. I'm not sure that's going to work if people don't get vaccinated, right?
Yep.
I think, unless something major changes, I will definitely get vaccinated when given the opportunity sometime next year, I presume. But when I heard that some of the people on the panel, the experts, the scientists, the chemists, epidemiologists, whatever, 4 of them did not vote for this vaccination to be out there yet. And they're, because warp speed, it was the fastest thing that's ever happened. But there is a reason why oftentimes vaccinations take a long time, and that is because they want to give them to people and wait and see what happens.
Exactly.
And these scientists said, hey, we have no idea what the long-term effect of injecting this vaccination into people. Now, I'm not trying to scare people or tell them not to get it. Like I said, I'll get it when it's available to me, and people should get it we're all vulnerable to COVID. The only people I think they said is if you've had it in the last 90 days or so, let other people get it first and then go get in line and get it. But
They are
faith here, isn't there, Marie?
They are warning that the people who've had serious allergic reactions to vaccines before should step aside and not get it, at least not now. Also, pregnant women, there's a warning for them as well.
No testing. They didn't do any testing on pregnant women.
Yeah, yeah. They are rolling out, I understand, including here in Michigan, but I think it's, 30 states or something are going to roll out basically a public relations campaign, an education campaign to tell people what this vaccine is, what it does, how it works. And I think that's really a good way to make people comfortable with the vaccine.
With all due respect.
What?
And I appreciate that, Marie.
What?
It certainly didn't work with masking, did it?
Oh, but Paul, I think I might disagree with you there. I don't know that they made a good enough effort. First of all, there was that back and forth with the mask, right? Don't wear one, then wear one, then okay, now you have to wear one.
The place you heard it from March on was right here.
Yeah, I know.
It pisses me off that a talk show host in Detroit would be right in all of these big deals, especially with the CDC, whose only existence is, well, don't get me going. This is a real pet peeve.
But what I'm saying is,
there are billboards, there are television commercials.
now
radio.
there are.
People still are not wearing masks, is what I'm saying.
Well, because I think we had a false start there. I'm just thinking that now is the time to really come out strong with this and educate people. Don't tell them what to do. Show them. Tell them, what is this? How does it work?
I don't disagree. And I absolutely believe, though I have been supportive of the man, and it's not always easy to support President Trump, but it was foolhardy that he did not wear a mask and tell everyone how important it was. That was just dumb. That was his narcissism, his ego, and frankly, his ignorance. Sorry, that's the truth. Shoot, I didn't get to two stories I really wanted to, and I don't know which one's more important. Turkey, ham, fruitcake, what can dogs eat on Christmas? Or do we call Joe Biden Dr. Joe Biden? Shoot, two very weighty topics.
Let's go with the dogs.
I didn't
Dogs.
talk about either one of them. It's 6:14 at WJR.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International.
We're all feeling the weight of COVID-19, but for kids in poverty this Christmas, things are desperate. Bring joy to a child when you make your special year-end gift to Compassion International. Just text GIFT to 83393. That's GIFT to 83393.
Speaking of vaccines, can you be fired for not getting vaccinated? We'll have a PhD, speaking of PhDs and doctors, a PhD, Dr. Shirley Davis, talking about that very issue. Can companies fire you for not getting the COVID vaccination? That's coming up here at 6:18 in just a moment. But as we approach 6:15, we've got our WJR Traffic and Weather first. Miss Dana Clark.
We've got a nice smooth sail so far this Tuesday morning, Paul W. No accidents, 30-minute delay for trucks across the Blue Water Bridge traveling westbound between Canada and the U.S. Now, WJR Weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. As we continue to face COVID-19, we're now facing flu season. So to protect us all, let's hit this virus head on. Get your flu vaccine. Learn more at michigan.gov/flu. A message from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services.
Cold morning, and temperatures will respond to a little bit of sunshine. Most of that will be early today, partly to mostly cloudy. High 31. Tonight, we'll settle back to about 26. Outlying areas will be a little bit cooler. And tomorrow afternoon, a weak disturbance may bring some snow showers in the mid-30s. Thursday, partly sunny mid-30s. From a Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stagik on News Talk 760 WJR.
I have COPD, but that doesn't stop me from trying to make the most of every moment. So I take Upelri.